I've been sitting here thinking about the Idaho 4 case, um, and especially with the new information that we got from Drip Drop on Crime Circus about Brian and Brent, living together in both parts of the country, moving across the country at, close to the same time and living near each other, both times. That really got me thinking. And, I talked about the new possibility yesterday in my video about, if they were friends. And, we know Brett was in the military. Koberger had weapons in his homes. And I talked about how, they could have been gun and knife and weapons enthusiasts in general and traded, knives. He could have sold a knife to Brent. He could have gifted him a knife and, like I said, traded one knife for another knife. You don't know. And I talked about that yesterday, so I'm not going to get too much into that again today. But we have that new possibility that I hope people are checking into. And I really pray the police are checking into, because if Drip Drop could, find this information with a background check, I'm pretty sure the police and FBI should know this as well. And they're really not talking about Brent. It hasn't been much information given about him, and I think the police know that there's a connection between Brent and Brian. But getting back on track, I've really been thinking about this case, and there are just so many ignorant people that have their foot firmly in the ground that Brian is it, that Brian did it, there's no other possibilities, he's guilty, that's it. Why would Brian ask if anyone else was arrested? People say, oh, that's just a ploy to throw the cops off, and, that's what another killer did, and all that bullshit. But what about he was genuinely asking that if someone else was arrested? People in this case, we are very invested in this case, people that love true crime and, are into something that's particularly heinous. We're invested. We want justice. But people, when they are so invested in something, they tend to lose common sense. They tend to lose the ability to think fairly. They tend to lose the ability to say innocent until proven guilty. And I see this a lot. Even the so-called professionals are just nailing Brian to the wall. I know they're doing it for mainstream media to, keep that narrative going that it's only Brian, and to, make all these stupid people happy that just think one way. And it's a shame. But why don't people want to know the truth? Why are you so hell-bent on nailing Brian to the wall than wanting to know the truth, wanting to look at other possibilities, wanting the police and FBI to look at other possibilities, to find out if Brent was truly a part of this, if he was the actual guilty person, if there were people that were in the house that did it? Because we know on any given day there were lots of people in the house. So this particular day, no one was in the house. After everyone had been partying all night, it was a party night. So, the things that I'm hearing is that everyone, well, not everyone, but the one-way thinking people want to just nail Brian to the wall and just don't care about the other possibilities, that they don't care about finding out if someone else was truly involved. Why would you want that? Don't you want justice for the families? I also hear some of the things that family members are saying. They're acting like it's just Brian, You know, families, don't you want to find out if someone else is guilty, if there's someone else still out there that hasn't been brought to justice? I would think that any person with an ounce of intelligence wants to find out the complete truth. You know, once we get more information, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that blows people's minds. And all of these people that said, oh, it's just Brian, they're going to have egg in their face. But I do believe we're not going to get all of the information, because I believe that the police have said and done things to fit the narrative that it's just Brian. I think that the living witnesses are hiding a lot of stuff, because we can't get past that call not being made until many hours later. So I think they're hiding stuff. I think they probably told the police half-truths, or maybe lied completely. I don't believe the witnesses. I think we're never going to get all of the information. I really don't. I think we're going to get some half-truths. But I do really pray that at least the FBI, with their background, is going to try to dig up the truth. And I really think people are going to have egg on their face. I hope I don't have egg on my face. I'm just saying possibilities. You cannot, just say everything is black and white and it's just one thing. It's just, it's too much evidence and too many possibilities. I say that word all the time. I'm probably making people sick of it. But it's the truth. There's just too many in this case to ignore. And I'm just seeing so many people saying things like they don't give a shit about finding out the truth. They just want Brian to be put to death and then the case is over. Instead of thinking rationally, yeah, don't you want to find out if there are still a killer or killers on the loose in that community? It just blows my mind. I don't hear people saying this, saying that they want to find out if other people are involved. Some of the bigger true crime channels, I don't hear them saying it at all. At all. They're not saying they want to find out if there's someone else or some other people involved. They're just saying that Brian is guilty and that is it. It blows my mind that these channels can even have so many subscribers when they're just one way of thinking. Just because you do a good job at researching stuff doesn't make your channel that great. Sure, you can research stuff and you give out good information. That's what built your channel up. But if you are so ignorant that you cannot, think of all the possibilities, you only have one narrative that you believe in, then your channel is shit. And I see a lot of, otherwise good channels like that I watch myself. They're excellent at research. They find all these details that we didn't know about, or, just awesome details. But then they have one way of thinking and they automatically say a person's guilty, and that makes their channel shit. So, it's still just blowing my mind. I'm not hearing people say they want to learn the complete truth in this case. They do not say they want to find out if other people are involved. And it just blows my freaking mind. And even the so-called experts that are, former FBI or former detectives that go on these shows saying all this stupid shit that they say, they're not even saying anything about trying to find someone else. And I don't get it. Why would you not want to find out the complete truth in such a case like this? Why would you not care if there's other guilty people out there that could possibly strike again? It blows my mind. Anyway, that's my rant for today. It just struck me as I watch so many different channels and listen to so many people and see comments and just not hearing people say that they want to find out if there's anyone else involved. Anyway, that's it, guys. If you like intelligent commentary from someone that doesn't mince their words and looks at all possibilities, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Happy 4th of July.